Hello guys and welcome to a new video. In this video it's going to be just the basics of I, not too complicated or anything, trust me, it'll be very basic. And so in this video we're going to learn about what I is and how and what does I to the power 0, I to the power 1, I3, I4, I to the power 4 and so on. Mostly just I to the up to I to the power 4. So let me tell you what I stands for. I can stand for imaginary numbers, or it could be standard for lateral numbers, or the third thing, which is mostly used by teachers, is complex. Simple. It could be imaginary numbers, lateral, complex. The more correct way would be complex. That's how I like to say it, but imaginary and lateral are just as fine. Okay, so let me shrink this, keep it here. Okay, so now we're going to learn what the powers of I is. I hope you got that in the notes. It would be really helpful. So I'm going to use complex numbers, but you could choose whatever number you want. So I'm going to keep this video kind of short. So I to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Same like 1 to the power of 0. 1. Okay? I to the power of 1 equals I. Okay? I to the power of 2 equals, this one's probably what, if you have a basic understanding of I, you will know. -1. And then I to the power of 3, and I to the power of 3 equals -I. Just shrink this so we have space. And I to the power of 4 equals and I to the power of 4 is 1. Again, see the correlation here. Now I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Why? Okay. So why this is because I to the power of 0 is always 1. That's like 1 to the power of 0, 5 to the power of 0. It's always like that. So that one we could kind of leave it there. But I to the power of 1, also you have to just memorize it because it is basically basically I. But I to the power of 2 is where it changes. It's basically I times I, which is I squared, and I squared equals -1. But I to the power of 3 is different because it would be I squared times I. And we know that I squared equals -1. -1 times I. That is equal to -I. And look up here. Yep, that's exactly what we get. So you could use basic computation like what you would do normally. Okay? So then another thing we would do is I to the power of 3. So that's basically, sorry about that, not I to the power of 3, I to the power of 4. So I squared times I squared. -1 times -1 equals 1. That's how you do if you don't understand. But all you need to memorize is I to the power of 0, I to the power of 1, and I to the power of 2, which are pretty simple. 1, I, -1. Pretty simple. After that, it's very easy. Now, the last thing we need to do before I end this video is, last thing that I hope you got all of this on your notes if you're taking notes, which I would really suggest. So last thing we'll do is how to find I when it is, for example, I to the power of 232. How would you find this? I'm going to give you a few seconds, but pause the video and try to solve it yourself. That'll really help you. And I'm going to give you a few seconds and I'll meet you there. Okay, I hope you solved it. If not, it's okay, but that's what we're here for. So I to the power of 232. The first thing you need to you have to just take this here. You have to just take this number out. Take it out. And you have to divide this number. So it would be 232 divided by 4. Here, you may be thinking, why is it 4 here? I'll explain it just in a minute. So we just said I to the power of 4 equals 1, right? And it basically, the basic computation is up to 4. So we have to use the last term, or the term that repeats, to divide. Here, I'll make it into a better thing. What we known before is that I to the power of 0 equals 1, I to the power of 1 equals I. Here, I'll just bring it up. And I to the power of 2 equals negative 1, and I to the power of 3 equals 1. So it's down here if you can't see where I'm pointing to, right there. So the pattern ends in I to the power of 3. After I to the power of 3, it just repeats again. You can see, because now it's going to I to the power of 0 equals 1. You see, because I to the power of 4 equals 1. If you can't remember this way. So since the pattern repeats, we need to start from where the pattern's repeating, which is I to the power of 4. And that's why I'm dividing by 4, if you didn't see here. I'm just moving this all the way into this. I just wanted to help you out there, so that was why I did it. So now all I need to see is how much times does 4 go into 232. But I won't look in 232. I'm going to look in 23. So it'd be 5, which is 20, which the remainder would be 3, 2. And this would fit perfectly because it'd be, okay, that was horrible. It'd be 8. And let me just shrink this quickly and move it to another side. Okay, yeah, if you're not computing straight here. Okay, and then since it's 32, we know that 8 times 4 equals 32. So I'll do minus 32, and that comes to a remainder of 0. Another thing which is really important is that the remainder comes to 0. The remainder is what you use to find out what I equals. So since the remainder is 0, which is really important here, very. And like we found before, I'm going to look back here. And if I is 0, it says it right there. If I is 0, it's equal to 1. So I see that in this equation, I to the power of 232 is otherwise equal to 1. I hope you had a great time watching. I did too, and it was really fun to make this video. And stay tuned because I'm be making another video about solving radical equations with I, which will be epically fun. So I hope you had a great time. Just want to say bye!